Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear participants. This is our second session on the issue of Itmam al-Hujjah, or the conclusive communication of the truths by God's messengers. In the first episode, we discussed about the statement of the law and the mechanism of the law as has been found in the Quran. Today, we'll be looking at the history of this law, and Ustaz Ghamidi has actually described that this history is divided into three phases. So the first phase is from Adam to Prophet Jesus, and the second phase is what happened during the time of Jesus, and the third phase is what happened during the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon all of these prophets of God. So as far as the history of this law is concerned, regarding what happened, the way this law manifested itself from Adam until Prophet Jesus is something which is mentioned in detail in the Quran at several instances. But Ustaz says that in Surah Hud, which is the 11th surah of the Quran, verses 25 to 109, which is like 75 and more than 75 odd verses, they describe the major prophets which came starting with Adam until Jesus himself, and describe how this law of Itmam al-Hujjah took its shape. So I'm just going to read out a translation of Surah Hud and verses 25 to 109. And this in itself is something which will depict the first phase of history, which, as I said, begins with Adam and ends before the arrival of Jesus, peace be upon them. In a similar way, we had sent Noah as a messenger to his nation. He said to the people of his nation, I am an open warner for you, and you would worship no one but God. If you do this, I fear for you the torment of a painful day. At this, the chiefs of his nation, who were disbelievers, said, We consider you as only a person like us, and we only see the lowliest among us blindly following you. We do not think that you have any superiority over us. In fact, we are thinking of you as a blatant liar. Noah replied, People of my nation, just think, if I am on a clear argument from my Lord, then he has also blessed me with his special mercy, and you could not see that. So should we forcibly stick it on you when you have an aversion to it? O people of my nation, I am not asking for any wealth from you for this service, that I should be compelled to accept everything you say. My reward rests with God only, and in order to please you, I am never going to turn out those who have accepted faith. They will be meeting their Lord with this faith of theirs, only He will decide their worth. But I see that you are given to ignorance. O people of my nation, who will help me in being protected from God if I turn them out? Then do you not think? I do not say to you that I have the treasures of God, nor do I have the knowledge of the unseen. I also do not claim to be an angel, and like you, I cannot dare say about those whom your eyes see as inferior that God can never bless them with any good. God alone better knows whatever is in their hearts. If I do this, I shall be among the unjust. At this, those people said, Noah, you have argued with us and argued a lot. Now, if you are truthful, bring forth on us that which you are threatening us with. Noah replied, Only God will bring it forth on you if He desires, and at that time you shall not be able to escape His grasp. Even if I want to be your well-wisher, my well-wishing can be of no use to you if, as a result of this attitude of yours, God has decided to lead you astray. He alone is your Lord, and to Him you have to return. Do they say, to ascribe it to us, this person has concocted this anecdote himself? Tell them, O Prophet, if I have concocted it myself, then the evil consequences of my crime will come on me, but you are responsible for the crime of intentionally denying the truth being perpetrated by you. I am acquitted from it. Then it was revealed to Noah that no others among your nation will accept faith except the ones who already have. So stop grieving at your misdeeds and make a ship under our supervision and according to our guidance. Do not say anything to me in favor of these unjust people. They are now destined to drown. Noah began making the ship in accordance with this guidance. And when the chiefs of his nation passed by him, they would laugh at him. He would reply to them, "If you laugh at us, then just as you laugh, one day we shall laugh at you. Then you will soon know the ones who are visited by that torment which humiliates them, and that scourge descends that stays stationed on them after its descent." They continued to do this until, when our directive arrived and the storm erupted, we said, "Place in the ship a pair of every type of animal species, both male and female, and also board your family on this ship, except for those about whom a judgment has been passed, and they also who have professed faith." And few were the ones who had professed faith with him. Noah said, "Board it. Its sailing and setting anchor is with the name of God alone. My Lord, however, is forgiving. He is ever merciful." That ship began to take them between waves as high as mountains, and Noah called upon his son, who was standing apart at a small distance from him. "Son, board with us, and do not be with these disbelievers." He replied, "I shall presently take refuge in some mountain that will protect me from this water." Noah said, "There is no one to save today from God's directive except to whom he shows mercy." In the meantime, a wave came between the two, and he was also among those drowned. It was ordered, "O earth, swallow up your water, and cease, O sky." Thus the water was brought down, the judgment was passed. The ship came to a rest at Judi, and it was said, "May the curse of God be on this unjust nation." Noah called on his Lord and said, "Lord, my son is from my family, and no doubt that true is your promise, and among the judges you are the greatest." God said, "Noah, he is not from your family. He is an extremely wretched person. So do not ask me about which you have no knowledge at all. I urge you to not be among those who are overwhelmed by emotions." Noah immediately said, "Lord, I seek refuge with you from asking you something of which I have no knowledge. If now you do not forgive me and not have mercy on me, I shall be among the losers." God said, "Disembark, Noah, with our peace and blessings upon you, and also upon those communities which will come into existence from those with you. And after this, there are some communities which we shall provide for in future. Then, because of their misdeeds, a painful torment from us will seize them as well." These are the news of the unseen, which, O Prophet, we are revealing to you. Neither you knew them before this, nor were the people of your nation aware of them. So remain steadfast. The ultimate triumph is for those who fear God. Similarly to Ad, we sent their brother Hud. He invited them, "People of my nation, worship God. No one else is your God. In reality, you are fabricating mere falsehoods against him. People of my nation, I say this to you as your well-wisher. I do not demand any reward from you on this. My reward is with He who created me. Then, do you not understand? People of my nation, seek forgiveness from your Lord. Then turn to Him. He will pour down abundant rain on you and increase your strength further. Do not turn away as criminals." They replied, "O Hud, you have not brought any clear sign to us, and on the other hand, it is our decision that we are neither leaving our deities merely at your bidding, nor believing in you. We shall only say that you have been inflicted with the punishment from someone among your and our deities." Hud said, "I make God as a witness, and you also be a witness, that I am totally acquitted from those whom you associate with God. So all of you may scheme against me in whatever way you want to. Then do not give me the slightest respite. I have put my trust in God, in my and your Lord. The forehead of every living being is in His hands. My Lord surely is on the straight path. Even after this, if you pay no heed, then I have delivered the message with which I was sent to you. Now my Lord will grant authority to some other nation in your place, and you will not be able to harm him in any way. Surely my Lord guards everything. Then, it ensued that when our judgment was passed, we delivered with our mercy Hud and those who had believed with him, and in this manner saved them from a very harsh torment. These were the Ad. They rejected the revelations of their Lord, did not obey his messengers, and continued to follow the way of every tyrant and defiant enemy of the truth. Finally, a curse was made to follow them in this world and on the day of judgment too. Listen, the Ad showed disbelief in their Lord. Listen, the Ad were accursed, people of Hud's nation. In a similar way to the Samud, we sent their brother Saleh as a messenger. He invited them, O people of my nation, worship God. There is for you no God except Him. He has raised you from the earth and made you populate it. For this reason, seek forgiveness from Him, then turn to Him. My Lord is near, and also one who accepts the supplications of His people. They replied, Saleh, before this, a lot of hope was pinned in you among us, but what a person you turned out to be. Do you not want to stop us from the worship of the deities that have been worshipped by our forefathers? We are in a great doubt that has confounded us because of that which you are calling us to. He said, People of my nation, reflect a little, that if I am on a clear sign from my Lord, and He has also granted me a special grace from Himself, then who can save me from God's grasp if I disobey Him? So, from what you desire, you will only increase in ruining me from it. People of my nation, this is God's she-camel as a sign for you. Thus leave it, that it may graze in the land of God, and do not touch it with any evil intention, otherwise a torment will soon visit you. Then it happened that they hamstrung her. At this Saleh warned them, Thrive in this settlement of yours for 3 more days. This warning is not going to be a false one. Thus, when our directive was given, we delivered with our special grace Saleh and those who professed faith with him from that torment, and saved them from the humiliation of that day. There is no doubt that your Lord alone is powerful and mighty. And a violent roar overtook those who had been unjust, and they were left lying face down in their houses as if they never lived in them. Listen, the Thamud believed in their Lord. Listen, the Thamud were cursed. And in the case of Lot, what happened was that first our angels had come to Abraham with the glad tidings. They said, Peace. Abraham replied, Peace be to you too. Then not much time elapsed when Abraham brought to them a roasted calf to show his hospitality. But when he saw that their hands were not reaching towards it, he felt some strangeness from them and began fearing them a little in his heart. They said, Fear not, we have been sent towards the people of Lot. Abraham's wife was standing nearby, so she laughed with joy. Then we gave her glad tidings of Isaac, and after Isaac, Jacob. She said, Alas, will I beget a child when I myself am old, and this husband of mine has also grown old? This is a very strange thing. The angels replied, Do you express wonder on God's words? Family of Abraham, God's mercy and blessings are on you. Surely God has all praiseworthy attributes. He has great majesty. Then, when Abraham's fear left him and he received glad tidings, he began arguing with us about the nation of Lot. In reality, Abraham was very gracious and very affectionate, and one who was very focused towards his Lord. Abraham, leave aside this debate. The directive of your Lord has been issued, and now that torment is going to visit them, which cannot be warded off. After this, when our angels came to Lot, he was very sad at their arrival and was heart-wrenched, and said, This is a day of great calamity. The people of his nation, seeing the arrival of some handsome boys, came running to him spontaneously. They were already keen for such vulgarities. He said, O people of my nation, these are my daughters. They are pure for you. So fear God and do not humiliate me in the matter of my guests. Is there no upright person among you? They replied, You do know that we have no right over your daughters, and you very well know what we desire. Lot said, Would that I had the power to combat you, or I could take refuge with a strong support. The angel said, Lot, we have been sent by our Lord. Rest assured, they will not even be able to come near you. So leave this place with your family in the last part of the night. And none of you should look back except for your wife, because she is going to go through what these people will go through. The time of mourning is fixed for their punishment. Why do you worry? Is not the morning near? Then, when our directive arrived, we overturned that settlement and hurled on it laid stones of hard clay, which were marked from your Lord. And they were not very far away from these unjust people. And towards Madian we sent their brother Shoaib as a messenger. He invited them, People of my nation, worship God. You do not have any deity except Him, and do not weigh and measure less. I see you in prosperity, but I fear for you the torment of the day which will surround you. People of my nation, weigh and measure with full fairness, and do not give things to people by lessening them, and do not go about spreading disorder in the land. Only the profit given by God is better for you if you are true believers. My responsibility is to only make you understand, and I have not been deputed as a keeper on you. They replied, O Shoaib, does your prayer teach you that we leave those which our forefathers used to worship, or we should not use our wealth the way we want to? In your view, all people of the past and present were foolish and misguided, and among us the only wise and upright person left is you. He replied, People of my nation, just think, if I am on clear evidence from my Lord, then He has also provided me with a goodly sustenance in the form of revelations from Himself. So what except this should I invite to? By opposing you, I myself certainly do not want to do what I am stopping you from. I only want to set right affairs as much as I can. I shall receive its urge from God only. I have trusted Him alone, and I turn to Him only. People of my nation, it may happen that your stubbornness against me reach the extent that you are also visited by the calamity which visited the people of Noah, or the people of Hud, or the people of Saleh, and the people of Lot are also not far away from you. And listen, if you want to remain secure, seek forgiveness from your Lord, then turn back towards Him. In reality, my Lord is extremely merciful and very loving. They said, Shoaib, we do not understand much of what you say, and we see that you are a weak person among us. But for your clan, we would have stoned you to death. You are not the slightest powerful for us. Shoaib said, People of my nation, is my clan more powerful to you than God? You fear it, and by overlooking God, have cast Him behind your backs. In reality, whatever you do is encompassed by my Lord. People of my nation, continue doing at your place whatever you are doing. So will I. Soon you will know who is visited by a punishment that humiliates him and who is a liar. Wait, and I am also waiting with you. At this, when our directive was issued, we delivered with our special blessings Shoaib and those who had accepted faith with him, and those who had been unjust to their souls were struck by a roar, and they were left lying face down in their houses as if they never lived. Listen, the people of Madian were also cursed the way the Thamud were. In a similar way, we had sent Moses to the Pharaoh and his chiefs as a messenger with our signs and a clear proof. Then they obeyed what the Pharaoh said, even though what he said was not correct. On the day of judgment, he will be in front of his people and will lead them to hell. What an evil place in which they will descend. A curse followed them in this world and also in the hereafter. What an evil reward were they given. These are the accounts of the settlements we are narrating to you. Some of them are standing, and the produce of some has been reaped. We were not unjust to them. In fact, they had been unjust to themselves. Then, when the directive of your Lord was issued, their deities whom they invoked besides God were of no benefit to them. They also increased them in ruin. Such is the grasp of your Lord when he seizes the settlements while they are showing injustice. In reality, his grasp is very woeful and stern. Surely there is a great sign in this for those who fear the torment of the hereafter. It is a day for which all people shall be gathered, and it shall be a day of presence. We are only deferring it for a short while. When that day arrives, no one shall be able to speak without God's permission. Then among people some shall be unfortunate and some fortunate. So those who are unfortunate shall land in hell. For them is screaming and crying there. They shall remain there as long as the heavens and the earth of that world are intact, except if your Lord wills something else. Undoubtedly, your Lord is able to do whatever he wills. As for the fortunate, they shall be in paradise. They shall abide in it as long as the heavens and the earth of that world are intact, except if your Lord wills something else, as a grant from him that shall never cease. So, O Prophet, do not be in any doubt about what they worship. They are worshipping the way their forefathers before them worshipped. It is our decision that we too shall give them their share in full, without any reduction. So, viewers, you can clearly see that as far as this first phase is concerned, Surah Hud recounts the incidents of the lives of various prophets of God who were messengers of God. It recounts how they presented their message before their nation and how, when their nation stubbornly denied them, they were punished by God. So we have seen the accounts of Noah, we have seen the accounts of Lot and Moses, of course, and the Ad and the Samud, Hud and Saleh were sent, and of course Moses as well, and Abraham also is mentioned. So all these messengers of God are described in this passage. And the way this description has taken place, Ustad Ghamidi says that the first phase of the history of this law of Itmam al-Hujjah can clearly be gauged that it was a phase in which messengers of God were sent to their nations, and when their nations denied them deliberately, intentionally, then they were punished in this very world by various natural calamities and disasters. In our next episodes, we'll look at how this phase progressed into the second one, when Jesus was sent to the face of this earth, peace be upon him. And later on, the third phase also, we shall look into detail as to how Prophet Muhammad, when he was practicing his ministry, when he was commissioned for this responsibility, how this law of Itmam al-Hujjah took its place. And finally, viewers, we will end this discussion on reviewing the consequences of this all-important law of Itmam al-Hujjah.